Okay, so let's begin our second half of our training session. I hope the break was long enough. Okay, how's the Josh? Yes, hi. Yes, no, maybe. Great. Okay. Yes, Chandray. Yes, Chandray, you wanted to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I was just saying, yeah, I'm very excited. That's why I raised my hand.
Okay, wonderful. Great. So let's begin with a small video. And after we watch this video, we are going to discuss about the speaker's actions, because the next half agenda would be public speaking and the pillars, the different pillars of public speaking. So let's start with the video. She is Ramona J. Smith, and let's hear to what she has to say.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures. Yet if you stay in the ring and learn from those past fights, at the end of each round, you'll be still standing. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down? Who was your toughest opponent? Most often, our most challenging opponent is ourselves. Round one, college. I dropped out of college not one, not two, not three, but 4 times. I told myself, college isn't for me, and I would never go back. Round 2, marriage. I married my soulmate, the love of my life.
Okay, so this was Ramona J. Smith. Now, so what stood out from the speaker's actions to you? Let's write down in the chat section. Body language, confidence, very good. Wonderful. Yes, body language, confidence. I have got 2 pillars of public speaking there. Pitch, very good. Voice modulation, 3. Eye contact, delegate her thoughts, express her thoughts. Okay. Yes. Thought process, thought structure, you can say. Srinjoy, very good. So 4. Body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure. What apart from this? Fluency, very good. Samita. Fluency. We got the 5 pillars of public speaking there. Yes. The body language, the confidence of the speaker, the voice modulation of the speaker, when she modulated her voice and she took relevant pauses, strong pauses. She changed her pitch, the tonality, then the way she had organized her speech, everything altogether, fluency. She did not even hesitate at one point in time. She did not stammer. She was very fluent in her words. So all these 5 aspects which we just talked about, body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency, these are the 5 different pillars of public speaking. So let's discuss about the objective. So we have already, we are going to identify and analyze the skills and mindsets which are needed to become a public speaker. And we are also going to describe the 5 pillars of public speaking in this session. So let's go back to the video. What stood out to you from the speaker's actions? You mentioned 5 emerging themes. What were those 5 emerging themes? They are known as the 5 pillars of public speaking. That is body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency. Okay, remember this, because these 5 pillars are the most important aspects of a public speaker, which a public speaker should know. And this is what you also are going to teach in your classes. You're also going to assess the child on the basis of these 5 pillars of public speaking. Okay. Now, why do we need to focus on these pillars? Why these pillars are so important? Let's see. Do you have any idea of what this rule is? The 7-38-55 rule of communication? Any idea what this rule is? Very good. Yes, Kirti. Body language is 55%. 7% is the words. Manisha, very good. Words, voice, body language. Correct. Yes. So this 7-38-55 rule of communication was first proposed by the psychology professor Albert Mehrabian, and this principle is also called the Mehrabian principle. This says 7% is the words, 38% is the voice, and 55% is the body language. What does this mean? When a person, a public speaker, is speaking, what is he doing? So what are the different purposes, or you can say the reasons why public speaking is done? Anyone? Anyone? Any idea why public speaking is done? What is the purpose behind public speaking? There are 3 majorly. To influence, very good. Influence or persuade. To inform, very good, Monica. To inform, influence, and entertain. Okay, to inform is educate, very similar to that. Okay, so to inform, to entertain, and to persuade. There are 3 purposes behind public speaking. Now, when a person is trying to inform or persuade or maybe entertain, that means he's trying to convey a message across. So when a person is trying to convey a message across, 7% of that message is conveyed through your words, and 38% of it is conveyed through the voice that you use, and 55% of it is conveyed through your body language. That means how you say it is much more significant than what you say. What you say, right? Okay, coming back to the Mehrabian principle. So yes, when a person tries to convey a message, 55% of that message is conveyed through your body language, and 38% is conveyed through your voice. That means how you say a particular thing is much, much, much more important than what you say, what your words are. Like, for example, if I say, I have been stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours. I said a word, I said a sentence which should show my irritation, my annoyance, my agitation, I'm tired, right? But my facial expressions, my body language, my voice modulation does not show that agitation. Until and unless I do not modulate it and I do not use my hands and facial expressions of that irritation, right? Oh my God, I have been stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours. The agitation, the frown in my face, my hand gestures, my body language, it shows that I'm tired and I'm agitated, right? So the body language that we use, the voice modulation that we use, that's much, much more important than what we say. And that's how the messages are conveyed across. Let's deep dive into each of these 5 pillars. Let's watch another video. Now, we have already watched Ramona J. Smith's video. We saw how she was modulating her voice, how beautiful her body language was. She had a great thought structure. She had a great confidence. She was not hesitant, not shy. She was having an eye contact. It showed that how confident she was. And also she had a like loud and clear voice, isn't it? Good projection in the voice, because of which she seemed confident. She was not mumbling, right? Similarly, body language, she was using her hand gestures, she was moving all around, she was making expressions with her face. She was not distracted here and there, right? So all these constitute her body language, and thus we can say that that was an example of body language, confidence, or voice modulation, or maybe thought structure and fluency. So let's watch another video and let's decide for ourselves, can we call this a non-example or not? Let's watch.
The British imposed a lot of unpopular taxes on the American colonists and didn't let them elect representatives to the British government. In retaliation, the Americans started to boycott British goods. In 1773, Americans in Massachusetts dumped a shipload of British tea into Boston Harbor. This became known as the Boston Tea Party.
Yes. So that was the video. Now, tell me, what can I call this a non-example? No. Yes. Yes, we can call this a non-example. Why? Why? Because public is not getting engaged. Yes. Audience is not finding interest in what he is saying. Self-confidence is not there. How can you say that there is no self-confidence? What are the indicators of this performance or this person? What actions indicate that he is not having confidence or he is not confident enough? How can you say? Reading out of the script, okay, no eye contact. Yes, no eye contact. He is not confident because he's not having any eye contact. The voice is also very, very low. Body language is poor. Yes, body language is poor because he's slouching, or he's not looking at his audience. He's not connecting with his audience. He's getting distracted also. Then what about voice modulation? Even voice modulation is monotonous. Very good, Chandray. It was monotonous. He's mumbling and he's not very clear with his voice. Very good. Audience is not hooked. Okay. Audience is not hooked. Why? Because his speech did not start with a hook statement. So then lack of thought structure also. Very good. Lack of confidence. Okay. Gestures. Fine. Head was down. Okay. Reading a written script. Fine. Not fluent. I wouldn't say not fluent because he's reading out from a paper. So anyways, fluency does not come into picture. Pronunciation and all were okay. It was not a problem. Did not introduce himself. So you don't need to introduce yourself in the beginning. First, you start off with a hook statement and then you introduce yourself usually. Yeah, that also is a lack of, thought structure. That also you can say. The introduction was also not there. Phone was ringing, lack of etiquette. No, but distraction. Yes. Right. Now, let's build a board. What we are going to do is, now that we have already seen what are examples and what are non-examples, we are going to divide. So let's take out our notepads or notebooks or whatever you have. Let's divide our note section into two columns. One should be the examples. Another one will be the non-examples. Now, we are going to write down the examples and non-examples for each of these pillars: body language, confidence, voice modulation, fluency, and thought structure. All of these we will be writing down in a notebook. Say, for example, 4 to 5 points for each of these pillars and we'll be discussing. Okay. Now that you have already seen what are the examples and what are non-examples, isn't it? Examples. So when you are writing, please think of yourself as a teacher and you assume that there is a student who is performing in front of you. If you would comment on his body language, how would you give evidences? Like what would be the indicators that will show that he has a good body language or not so good body language? So not so good body language will go in the non-examples and good body language would go in the examples. Okay. So let's start. Let's take our time, write down in our notes section, and I'll make some cold calls. Maybe I need some volunteers. You can raise your hands also if you want. You can use the raise hand option. You have it there, no? Anyone? No hands raised? Yes, Chandrei, I can pin you. Okay, Chandrei has volunteered. Anyone else who would like to volunteer? Bhavya, okay. Anshika, great. Dimple, Mavish, okay. Okay, so I needed only 5. So I have 5 as of now. Thank you for raising your hands. Pavya, you need to switch on your camera if you want to be a part of the activity. Yeah, okay, great. Thank you. Now, also while you all are writing, by the time I would like to share a background with you. Sorry, I forgot in the beginning of the session. You can use this background for your Zoom calls and Zoom meetings. Give me a second. Yes. I have sent you a background. You all can use it. Yes. So Chandrei, Bhavya, Anshika, Dimple, and Mavish, you 5 are there. So you all will be discussing about examples and non-examples of each of these pillars. So Chandrei, you can tell me the examples of non-examples of body language. Bhavya, you can tell me about examples and non-examples of confidence. Anshika, you can tell me the examples and non-examples of voice modulation. Dimple, maybe you can tell me about the examples and non-examples of thought structure. And Mavish, you can tell me about the examples and non-examples of fluency. Okay, let's take 2 minutes, write down our points, and then maybe we can share. I'd like to add some male participants also. I can see very less. Ankur, I can see. Akshay, I can see. Raghav is there. Okay. Great. So that's all. I can't add more. So I've added Akshay, Ankur, and Raghav as well. You all can prepare your points as well. So you can add to anything that you would like to. Okay. Let me know once you all are done.
I have written some of the points down.
Yes.
Uh, The examples of body language would be confidence, the engagement from the person who is speaking, their voice modulation, the fluency, hand gestures, facial expression. And the example would be their the lack of interest, the monotonous voice, disengaging, if they are overall stiff.
Okay.
These are some points I've written.
Okay, great. So confidence is a different pillar, and there are different indicators of confidence. Voice modulation also, there are different indicators. But yes, I agree that each and every pillar is related to each other. One indicates the other one and other indicates the other one. So as of now, we are discussing body language. Yes, facial expressions, hand gestures, and engagement is very important, especially for a good public speaker who needs to exhibit a good body language. So let's see some of the examples and non-examples here. And open arms, using your arms all the time, hands, where you have an open body language, not only arms, the body language should be open. It should be like it should be loose, not very loose, but not very stiff as well. Should be somewhere in between. Firm hand movements, where your hand movements are not flying in the air. It should have firm hand movements so that it can show how confident you are and how good body language you are exhibiting. Focusing on the listener is very important, because everything about public speaking is your audience. So you need to focus on your audience, on your listeners. So that focus needs to be shown. Facial expressions are very important. Non-examples could be many things, like, slouching, fidgeting with something, a folded arm, sitting like this, or maybe standing like this, leaning on against the back, and having loose body movements, getting distracted, as we saw in the previous video with the phone call. He was getting distracted, a blank face, isn't it? So all these things would be indicators of a good or a bad body language. Great. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Yes, Raghav, you want to add something?
Should I add something?
I said Raghav.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Raghav, you wanted to add something? Maybe Raghav is not there. Okay, so thank you, Sanjay. Good points. Facial expression, hand gestures are the most important ones, because that is what we are going to guide our children on as well. Bhavya, are we ready? Please unmute. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
Can you
yes.
able to hear my voice?
Sorry?
Can you able to hear my voice now?
Yes, you're all audible.
Yes, ma'am. As for this topic, I find this body language and all these 5 pillars are interconnected. So if you want me to specifically, if you're asking me, I'll say the points like, for the example points, I just wanted to add the point like eye contact and voice, how much we are audible to the audience. And first of all, we should introduce ourselves in a very confident manner. Then body language. So we should use our body and we should move our arms accordingly to the speech what we are delivering.
Correct.
And fluency. And the same eye contact.
Okay. So those are the indicators of confidence.
Confidence. Yeah.
Great, wonderful. Very specific points, and all points are actually correct. Ankur, would you like to add something to that?
Yeah, I think in terms of confidence, it's very important to make sure like eye contact is very important, and it's very much evident, because if you're not noticing the audience that you're catering to, what they're doing, like we saw in the video, there were students who were engaged in different activities. Somebody is just watching their phone, so pointing out them to make sure that you have that you're confident enough and you know that what your audience is doing. So that's very important.
Very good. Absolutely. So let's see some of the indicators and non-indicators of confidence. Good eye contact. Having an eye contact shows how confident a person is. Having no hesitation in talking, not getting shy, or having a good audible voice, like in case of the second video that we saw. The voice was as if he was mumbling. It was not very clear. It seemed as if he was trying to talk to himself. So an audible voice shows that a person is ready to interact with people and to convey his message to others. A person who cannot convey his voice, one who is not able to project his voice in an appropriate manner, he would not be able to exhibit his confidence a lot. Non-examples would be just the opposite: poor eye contact, hesitation, shyness, not able to express yourself. Inaudible voice or mumbling, that would be the non-examples. Great, wonderful. Thank you so much, Ankur and Bhavya. Good points, exact points. Very nice. Anshika, we'll move on to you. Points for voice modulation.
Yes, so first of all, I would like to start with there should be informative voice and there should be pauses at right place, right? And there should be changing in pitch and tone at right places. And there should be no fumbling and the content should be to be subtle. It should be subtle. Yeah, and non-example would be speaking too fast and lack of pauses with fillers, fumbling, and not stretching on the important points.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
correct. That's correct. So yes, voice modulation is all about the 4 Ps. Pause, pitch, power, and pace, right? So voice modulation needs to have all these 4 things intact. Pauses should be relevant and it should be taken whenever it is required. A good pause, a person who can take relevant pauses and pauses at the correct places, for them, for those kind of speakers, the audience knows where to, so where the audience will be prepared that now I have to absorb what he said, and they will also get prepared for what you are going to say the next. So these, the pauses are the most important. They are the game changers. Stressing on important words is very important. The emphasizing and subordinating of words, which words are more important in a sentence, and maybe changing of your pitch and tonality. That's also very important. Apart from that, do you have any other points, Akshay, you would like to add?
Yes, it's also important to project clearly and towards the audience. Sometimes, even if someone is referring to a script, they might find themselves pointing themselves away from the mic or the people that they're addressing. That's a non-example, I would say. Also, muttering and mumbling and repetition when it comes, because repetition is an interesting example. It's also a good point to repeat factors that you said to make sure that they've gotten the point across, but it's bad if you keep saying the same thing too many times. And things like alliteration or adding subtle charm to your speech, saying multiple words that start with the same letter is sometimes pleasing to the ear, but sometimes can confuse people. So it's very important to keep both those things in mind.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. So yes, Bhavya, rise and fall also. So some of the examples of voice modulation and non-examples, as Akshay and Anshika, both of you said. Pausing at the right places is very important. Stressing on important words. I think I did not mention about repetition, but I mentioned about stressing on important words. The emphasis on some words is very important. Like there are some content words in our sentences and there are some structure words. So stressing on the content words and not stressing on the the structure words. Finding out your mountain peak word or the most important word in the sentence, so that this is stresses are something that is going to change the whole meaning and intention of the sentence. Like I remember in class 7th, one of my teachers said you can say one single sentence in 10 different ways. I did not say my red hat was stolen by you. If you put stress on different words, every time there will be a different meaning. So if I say I did not say you stole my red hat, so I did not, that means I have not said. If I say, I did not say you stole my red hat, so that means I did not mention red hat. I mentioned black hat or maybe blue hat. So every time you stress on different words, the intention and the meaning of the words of the sentence changes. So stressing and subordinating, very important, emphasizing. Changing the pitch and tone. Yes, repetition is one problem. That is a non-example, and that might affect your voice. But repetitions are mostly a non-example of thought structure, or maybe you can say fluency, even in fluency. Again, repetitions in some scenarios, like Akshay also mentioned, in some scenarios, they change the game for you. Sometimes in the poems, right? And in some declamation speeches. I have a dream, Martin Luther King, isn't it? So you will see repetition is a very like complicated thing. When you use it effectively, it will make your speech very effective. Not used properly, it will turn up into a non-fluent and fumbled kind of speech. Non-examples of voice modulation would be lack of pauses, no stress on important words, speaking in a monotonous tone, and sing-song style of speaking. We all must have done this. Good morning, teacher. Isn't it? So we all have done this, isn't it? So sing-song style is absolutely a no-no. You will see why am I mentioning this point, because there are some students that small children, they love singing in the beginning when they introduce themselves. Hello everyone, my name is Preeti and I'm going to speak before you on the topic pollution. So let's get started. So looks very cute, sounds very cute, but no, it should be discouraged from the very tender age, because that's not the correct way of speaking. Again, there is another way of speaking to children when we animate our voices. Hello, Raj. How are you? Oh, that's a new t-shirt you're wearing. Where did you get it from? Who gifted you? Oh, your dad. Oh, really? That's great. Oh, it was your birthday. Wonderful. Happy birthday, Raj. So you animate your voice when you talk to the kindergarten children or class 1 student. So animation in the voice is different from sing-song style of speaking. So we need to find out that difference, and we need to act very carefully, right? Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much, Akshay. Thank you for adding that point of repetition. And Anshika, pauses, pitch, play, pace, and power. Great. Dimple, we'll move on to you for thought structure.
So coming to thought structure, what's most important is the topic which we are talking about. What is the main introduction, the body, and the conclusion? And then after that, there should be a story within so that it makes it interesting and engaging. Nice quotes to add to that would be some examples. Relating to facts is very important.
Very important, yes.
So these are some of the examples. So content is king, as you mentioned. So it's very important to have a very, very strong content. But at the same time, as we said, words are only the least in the three pillars. The non-examples is when the script is very boring and it is very, very, you can tell that it has been copied and you're just reading it aloud. Very bland, monotonous. There is no flow. So there is no flow. You've started with the body and you haven't given an introduction punch. And yeah, that's about it. So, and no difficult words, very difficult words. Otherwise, the child or the student will not be able to understand.
May not be able to understand. Yes, absolutely. The jargons, they will not be able to understand. Very good. So speaking according to your audience, so what type of audience are we having, and understanding the vibe of the audience, and accordingly we can choose our words. Very good. Okay. So like while giving the feedback to a small child, we might not use very heavy words or difficult, complicated words. Otherwise, they won't be able to understand. We need to be very simple. And instead, if we are talking to an adult, or maybe when we are giving a public speaking or a speech in front of a good, like an intellectual audience, then maybe we can use better vocabulary. Yeah. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, Dimple. That was very, very well explained. Thought structure, some of the example, focusing on the subject, not veering off from the topic, talking about pollution and going to something else, talking about forest. Then it doesn't make sense. So do not veer off from your topic. Ability to explain your thoughts. Sometimes it happens. It mostly happens in case of young children, when you think about something, but you are not able to put them into words, put them into sentence. That is a challenge. So the ability to explain your thoughts, that might be a good example of thought structure. Logical flow in ideas, as Dimple also said, an introduction. Maybe you can start off with something that grabs the attention of the listeners. Maybe you can start with a with a hook statement and then move on to a thesis. And then maybe you can introduce the topic yourself, and then you can move on to your arguments, your evidences, the body of the message. You can use storytelling to make it more interesting. At the end, you need to give a conclusion. You cannot end it abruptly. So there has to be a logical flow in the ideas. Very important, use facts, ability to explain logic behind the answers. Basically, you need to use logos, ethos, pathos, and logos in your speech, which will be able to make it more interesting and more believable, right? Non-example, obviously just the opposite, inability to explain your thoughts, inability to explain your logic behind the answers, and no logical flow. Now, this logic is actually very important because when you are going to learn about feedbacks, feedbacks are what? They are opinions only, no? So opinions are of no use if they are not backed up by proper logic or proper facts or evidences. So when you are going to learn about feedbacks on day number 3, we are going to learn about art of giving evidence-based feedbacks. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Dimple. Thank you for sharing. We'll move on to Mavish. Yes, Mavish, we will be discussing about the examples and non-examples of fluency.
Fluency. Bad examples for fluency is having disjoint points, using too much frequent fillers there, and there is no confidence, tone, and a pace they are having. So those can be a bad examples for fluency. Good examples, they'll have a very smooth transition when they are talking, when they are delivering it very smoothly, and there is an effective transition, confident tone and space is used. So this can be a good examples of fluency.
Wonderful. Yes, amazing. So yes, only one point extra I would like to add, that is pronunciation, a good pronunciation and a poor pronunciation. Again, I would say pronunciation is a very subjective thing. Pronunciation changes from accent to accent. So that's not called pronunciation. We are talking about basic pronunciation. We are not talking about accents like dance becomes dance in UK, or maybe similar kind of change in accents, right? So we are talking about the basic pronunciation, like education instead of saying education, opportunity instead of opportunity. Okay, probably instead of saying probably, they say probably. So there are many mistakes, pronunciation changes to pronunciation, which are actually those are mistakes, misinformed pronunciations. Maybe we are misinformed about the different syllables or the different stresses, the intonations of a particular word. In those cases, we will try to avoid these mistakes. As a public speaking expert, we are going to try and upskill ourselves. It's okay, English is not our native language. Remember this. And you might make mistakes. Even we make mistakes. Like, who knew this TORTOISE is not tortoise, it is tortoise? Who knew it? When we were children, we always used to learn the hare and the tortoise. Our teacher used to teach us that way only, right? But it is tortoise, isn't it? So it's okay even if you make mistakes. Keep upskilling yourself, keep upgrading yourselves in regards to pronunciation. You always have Google. Go check the pronunciation. Very recently, I came across a word which was conscientiousness. I was always confused about the pronunciation of that word. I made a point. I go back to Google. I check the pronunciation, make sure it gets into my head, and then I use the word. So it's important. As a teacher, we should not try to make mistakes. And if we know that, okay, we are not sure, we should always check ourselves. And yes, pace is very important in fluency. When you are able to form and speak longer sentences without hesitation, where grammar is correct, subject-verb agreement is correct, these can be an indicator of fluency, right? A non-example would be just the opposite: poor pronunciation, slow pace of speech, inability to form longer sentences, and using a lot of filler words, all those things. So that's all for today. We have covered all our objectives. At the end, as I said, we will be having a quiz and an assignment. Now I'll tell you, for every session, you have one quiz each. Today, it's day 1. There is only one quiz. There are two quizzes. Actually, session 1 has one quiz, session 2 has one quiz, but both the links are actually same. So you can give only one quiz. The first one you can give and you're done. And after this session, you can give the assignment. I'll show you how. But before that, ma'am, how are we going to take the demos? What will be the PPTs? Oh, thank you so much, Mehvish. I'll remove the pin. Yes. So here we need to understand how are we going to take the demos. So when you are going to take the demos, there will be a demo class content. There is a resource which is given to you. I'll show it to you. This is your dashboard. Here you have a demo class content. Please, all of you, I request you to open this, this document and let me know whether it is opening or not. If it is not opening, then I'll share the link individually. Okay. Please let me know if this link is opening or not. Go to your dashboard, open this particular link. Ankur, okay, great. It's opening. Yeah, it is influenced by your native language, Suguna. And we will see one of the examples also. We have one lady called Pranamika. She's from Assam, and they don't have, Assamese people, they don't have the sound of ch, isn't it? They say sir instead of ch. So there you will see she is pronouncing teacher as teacher. Okay, so there you will find these kind of MTIs. But then that is what where we have to work upon, isn't it? It's opening, wonderful, great. It's opening, wonderful. When you open this demo class content, you will have a kind of live document which is called Teacher's Handbook. Demo class content, Teacher's Handbook, both are same. Okay. Now here you have, see tomorrow, what is there in the agenda? Who will tell me? What is on day 2? Okay, Anagha, it is not opening. Fine. For those for whom it is not opening, I'm sharing the link. Oh, again, it will go like that only. Wait. Wait, I'll share it. Try to use this link. Very good. Yes. Tomorrow is senior demo observation. Senior demo for tomorrow. Yes. So where will you get the senior demo observation? See, check. Now, point number 2. If you want, before tomorrow's session, it is always good to see what exactly are you signing up for, right? So there is a PPT over here. You can open the India PPT. There are 2 PPTs. Only one or two differences are there. Rest, most of the things are same. So you can open the first one and check what are the contents of the PPT, and you'll get to know what the senior demo observation is all about. And this is the PPT you are going to use in your demos and your mocks also. You're going to answer the question, no? So in the question, it will be said, refer to slide number 37 to 38, and you have to do this. Okay, do this activity on the camera. So you have to keep these slides open just beside the Willow platform, and you have to record yourself in the mocks, I'm saying. So be very familiar with all the things which are given over here. Please make sure you check this document clearly. Okay. None of the links are working. If none of the links are working, then you need to work on your firewall. Your firewall is not allowing Notion site to open. Meenal. Because if nothing works, the link which I have given, that has to work. If that's not working, then you need to check your Internet Explorer or what kind of browser you are using. If that's obsolete, then maybe you'll have to change. If you are using the current version, then you need to check your firewall. Where is it, Monica? I've already shown you. Please be a little active. It's on your dashboard, demo class content. Yes, today's assignment is not related to PP. Can we do more than one demo? Yes, Vanshika, why not? Why not? Yes, yes, you can. I'll take questions. Don't worry. We still have some time. Please share the link. I have already shared once. Vanshika, so in case if you have promised 5 hours for Planet Spark, in that case, you will be utilizing those 5 hours for 5 demos, no? So 5 hours means at least 5 demos or 4 demos at least, right? Will we get a PDF or a lesson plan for the demos or just the PPT? Lesson plan, demo is only one class. Okay, understand what is this demo? When you want to buy a car, you go for a test drive, isn't it? If you choose cars, say for example, I chose Kia Sonet or maybe Honda City or whatever it is. I don't know what are the new cars available these days. So you go for different cars and you take demonstration. What is that demonstration? You take a test drive. You drive it and then you check for yourself whether this is good for me or not, whether this is in your budget or not. You check all these things. Similarly, we give a demonstration to the parents so that they can decide for themselves whether they are going to sign up for this course or not. That is known as a demo class, and that is given only once. How many times? If you want to buy a Kia Sonet, you will take a test drive once, no? You won't take it twice, thrice. We get a PDF lesson plan. Lesson plan is for your curriculum, for your regular classes, right? Change the setting opening now. Okay, wonderful, Meenal. Great, great. What do we have to do here? You don't have to do anything. So proactive. You don't have to do anything. You just have to go through all the presentations which are given there. Now you can move on to your quizzes. Where are the quizzes? Let's see. So this is your day 1. And here is the quiz. It shows as passed over here. This is an old dashboard. Please don't follow this, but you check in your dashboard. Here, introduction to PS and role and journey of the teacher. Please see there will be a quiz. Do not open the next one. Do not open the second session. Open the first session. Second session is not up now. It will be up only after 1:30. Oh God, it again went down. Oh. So please open this, the first one, day 1, session 1, introduction to PS and role and journey of the teacher. And don't open public speaking pillars 1. Quiz is only one for today. Today there is one quiz. Tomorrow there will be only one quiz. From day 3, you will have 2 different quizzes. I'll tell you what to do in that case. Can you please do the quiz now? Assignment, you can do it after this session. Everyone, please give your quizzes. Quizzes are mandatory. And after that, you can leave. Sorry. This though you have already got it. Okay. So if you have completed your quizzes and you don't have any further questions, you all can leave. Yes, please, Chandray, yes. Please start the quizzes. What's that, Raghav? Sorry, I would have to delete that. Oh, you have done the quiz in the break? It's okay, no problem. See, assignments are not, you need to give me a second, teachers. Give me a second. Yes, so assignments, as I said, assignments can be given later. Assignments are only for your practice. They are not mandatory. They are not like a part of your onboarding process. For your onboarding, only one thing is required, and that is your mocks. All the 3 mocks. That's it. Yes, you can do the assignments. You will not be able to do the assignments while you're in the meeting. No, your cameras are on. So you need your cameras over there. That is why. Sonali, you are opening the second session quiz. Please open the first session quiz. Quiz is not showing because you are opening the second session. Open the first session. Is the recording available of today's session? Yes, it is available. Dimple, why are you lost? Please tell me. Let me know what happened. Yes, go ahead. Yes, Lakshmi, you all can leave. Those who are done with the quizzes can leave. Where is the quiz? Dimple, you can speak. You are unmute. Where is the quiz? Open your dashboard. See, this is your dashboard, right?
Yeah, dashboard.
Dashboard you have?
Yes.
Yes, just check day 1, Introduction to PS and Role and Journey of the Teacher. Click on the drop-down arrow over here.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yes, there is a quiz there.
Got it.
From where can you get it? Oh, the same place, Indrajit. See? There is a recording over here, see? There is a session recording, there is a quiz, then there is an assignment. Today, I was sharing a PPT with you. The PPT is also there. You can check it from here. Okay, first quiz done. You all can leave. There is only one quiz today. Okay. Thank you everyone. No questions? You all had so many questions in the first session. Yes, Gitika, please.
Following can show that the speaker is not confident.
Please unmute.
Yes, hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, ma'am, my question was that as you mentioned in the previous session that there will be inquiries to the Planet Spark platform, and then the interested parents and students will book for a demo slot.
Yes.
So and that demo slot will come to us when Planet Spark gives it to the teachers. So my question is that how does the platform decides which student will go to which teacher's demo? Like it will go to me or Bhavya or Dimple
It will be
ma'am or
distributed
any
among teachers. To everyone it will go. Okay. It will go to every teacher and it keeps on refreshing. I'll show you how does it look like. So this is your dashboard. You can check it in your dashboard also in the demo request page. You will see there will be n number of demos. And the other teachers will also have the same types of demos. Okay. Now, say for example, today there is a 9th grade student, 7 p.m. Okay. Now it's written, see, this customer may be a Marathi speaker. These all things are also written. So these things you will explore slowly. Say, for example, I want to accept this. Anyways, you won't be able to accept because your application is not done. So once you click on accept, then this will be removed from this place. It will not be visible to any other teacher. So in no case, in no scenario, one same demo can be accepted by 2 teachers. In no case.
Okay, so basically it's a free choice for the teachers. We can choose the demo we want to take with according to our convenience of time and availability, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And it was wonderful attending today's session, ma'am. I've completed the quiz also. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Chandra. Unmute, please.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I was asking that before tomorrow's session, we have to finish our assignments. The first.
It will be good. You will have an idea of what Willow platform is, how to use it. And by the time you will be giving mocks, you will be already familiar with the platform. So it will be.
Okay, ma'am. Also, when I'm doing the assignment, I can go to the reference for the thing, PPT you showed me, right?
Absolutely, yes, yes.
Oh. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Today's assignment will not have, it will not require your PPTs. Today it will be only a Greta Thunberg speech, and the speech will be given to you. The script will be given to you.
We'll finish it. We didn't today.
Yeah, only 2 questions. One
Oh.
is audio, one is video. That's it. And the script, you just have to read the script.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for explaining.
Thank you. Any other question? Yes, Ankur, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Mhm.
Sorry, my camera was off. Preeti, I just wanted to ask, in continuation to the previous question, when you were showing us the flow of how parents enroll and how does it, how do they actually enroll? I just wanted to ask, when they actually enroll, let's say I've given a demo class to a parent and a child, and it goes to the sales counselor of Planet Spark. In case, so do they really ask any question from the parents of why usually they disclose the reason or why they do not want to enroll for this teacher? Does it happen?
Why they do not want to enroll? No, they that would not be disclosed to you.
Okay, the only reason I was asking is, let's say,
Yeah.
if there is any,
Feedback.
like, they can opt in. I mean, it's totally up to them. But if there is any controllable reason for a teacher to understand and go back to him, they can improvise on their next demo. And that's, I mean, that's where I was coming from.
So usually I'll tell you this happens in 101 cases. That the parent wants to go for another demo and then another demo. And these kind of parents are like, see, there are different types of parents you have. And these parents only want to take demos and finally they don't want to enroll. So there are different types of parents. I won't be dishonest with you. So trust me, if they, hop onto another teacher, I believe every teacher is unique and every teacher has his own perspective. So, and maybe it might be possible that one is not comfortable, maybe not comfortable with the language, maybe not comfortable with the exhibition. There are some parents who have like, I cannot say crazy, but they have very strange kind of expectations.
Yeah, which is
My
why
child only want to have only a male teacher, only female teacher. So these kind of inhibitions are there.
yeah, that's why I mentioned control. If there is any controllable reasons, do we get to know that?
Controllable reasons, if there are any, then the audit team, so your demos are usually recorded for training and development purposes.
All right.
Yes, so the audit team is always watching over things. So you will be getting ratings and all those things. So you will come to know about if there are any feedbacks. The team, what they usually do, they come up with a constructive feedback and they send it to you, or personally through mail. So you'll come to know if there are any shortcomings and all those things, something that can be changed or improved.
That answers my question. Thank you very much.
Buddy, you all are doing great. I'm sure you all will do great.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for answering the question.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? If you all have done your quiz, yes, you all can leave. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Yes, assignment will be available right after the close of this session. Okay, one more thing, Neha and Ankur, if you are thinking that after a demo, if the parent rejects you, you are not rejected. Okay, you are just not getting that student. You can always go for another student. So you have n number of demos. So this demo did not work, you move on to another demo. That doesn't work, you move on to another demo. Don't worry, you have ample number of demos. And I will also say that the enrollment number, the percentage cannot be 100%. Out of 100 demos, if we receive, out of that, maybe 20, 25 or 30 may get enrolled. That's a vague number I'm saying, but just for explanation. It's not like 100% enrollment happens, isn't it? So don't worry. I'll unmute all of you anyways. It's only 46 number. Yes. Any other questions apart from this?
Ma'am, can I have one question?
Who is that? Name, please.
Geetika.
Geetika, go ahead.
Ma'am, my question is that you spoke about that 3% course fee we get when we convert a demo into a enrollment. So that is for the demo enrollments that we do
workshop
for the
demos.
demo workshops.
Hmm.
And the regular demos that we choose from the portal, that from our portal. So for that we don't get it. Now we just
No,
get it
for
for
that there is no
workshop.
conversion amount.
Okay, and ma'am, what is the strength of the workshop demos that we have to keep it 200 or 250?
Minimum three.
3 students and their parents.
Students and parents.
Okay, so
Minimum-
we can invite our family members and friends with.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, how many questions are there in the assignment? Like in the
Assignment
assessment?
today's assignment, I think there are 2. Tomorrow's, I don't remember.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hmm. Thank you so much. Any other question, or should I close? It's already 11, 11, 12.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Do your assignments, do your quizzes as of today, only your quiz and assignment. And mocks, please don't touch your mocks as of now. I'll tell you when to do your mocks. Great, thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow again, 10 a.m. with senior demo observation.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
You too.